Friday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. Let's keep this music pumping because it is a damn good day to be an Arizona State Sun Devil. And we got a damn good show locked and loaded for everybody watching and or listening. We're going to get into everything as it relates to the Arizona State Sun Devils this weekend. A jam-packed Saturday. ASU Basketball looking for the first win of the season, looking for a little bit of revenge when they take on Texas Southern for the home opener in Tempe tomorrow. If you haven't gotten a ticket, go get it. They're cheap as hell. Pack that place. There is no reason why ASU Basketball in their home opener shouldn't have a jam-packed crowd in a jam-packed arena as well. We're also going to be talking Arizona State versus UCLA. The Sun Devils, Kenny Dillingham and the boys looking to get a dub. My goodness, it feels like this season it's flown by, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of ASU fans that are probably happy about that, given the fact that year one of the rebuild has been a little bumpy, little bumpy, okay? Look, at the end of the day, Kenny Dillingham, he is driving the bus, okay? Dilly is driving the bus, and yeah, there's speed bumps along the way, but at the end of it, you're still going to get to the same damn destination. And we're going to talk a little bit about who needs to stand out for ASU to take down UCLA on Saturday. We've also got Hot or Not because, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, it's Friday, and Danielle has got 3 topics locked and loaded that we're going to get into at the tail end of the show. JJ in the chat, Pack DFA, yo, gang, I'll be here doing my Leo DiCaprio meme until Hoops Talk. Hey, man, do what you got to do. We appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and dive into ASU football a little bit. The Sun Devils, we haven't talked a whole lot about ASU football this week simply because basketball is back, right? But Arizona State with a big opportunity to take down a UCLA team that's had a pretty solid season. They spent a lot of time in the AP Top 25 this year. It would be a big win for an ASU team that is coming off a throttling by Utah, that 52-point loss to the Utes last weekend. It feels like it was a month ago at this point, when in reality it hasn't even been 7 days. But if ASU is going to take down a team in UCLA, there's going to be 3 players that absolutely need to step up for Kenny Dillingham's Sun Devils. Let's go ahead and get into trending up. Xavier Guillory, you are number 1 on this trending up because, look, man, at the start of the year, you kind of popped off in that Southern Utah game, had a hell of a game, had a touchdown, one fine-ass celebration in the back of the end zone. And in reality, we thought Xavier Guillory was going to be the quote-unquote guy this year, opposite Elijhah Badger. It's been an up-and-down season, but mainly down. And I think Xavier Guillory can find himself against a UCLA defense that is pretty stout, that is certainly going to have its eyes on Elijhah Badger, going to have its eyes on Jalen Conyers, and then, of course, Cam Scadaboo. This is prime-time territory for a guy in Xavier Guillory who is a great route runner. He is a receiver with only 21 receptions on the season. It feels, in reality, it doesn't even feel like he's got 21 receptions. It feels like he has less, to be honest with you, because, again, we haven't really seen him have the standout game outside of that Southern Utah season opener. So he's got those 21 catches, 226 yards, and he's averaging 10 yards per reception, which is nice. And I think ASU, if they're going to find a way to beat UCLA, it's not going to be the Stars, in my opinion, man. I don't think it's going to come down to Elijhah Badger, Jalen Conyers, and Cam Scadaboo. I think those guys are going to get theirs, but they're going to need somebody who isn't one of those guys, who isn't a part of that 3-headed monster to step up. Now, Xavier Guillory, I think, could certainly be that guy, but there's another person that it could also be, and that's number 2 on trending up, Jordan Tyson. We got to look at him last week, his first game in a Sun Devil uniform, obviously recovering from the leg injury that put him out at the tail end of last season, and then that has resulted in him missing the majority of this year. But Jordan Tyson is one hell of a receiver. He had 22 catches for 470 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. Now, if you think Xavier Guillory averaging 10 yards per reception is something spectacular, well, Jordan Tyson was averaging 21.4 yards per reception. He is a deep threat. He is a guy that can stretch the defense when you need to get vertical. Jordan Tyson is the guy that you call, right? Jordan Tyson can certainly be a mismatch, not just for UCLA, but for any defense. I think Jordan Tyson is a special talent. I think he's your X factor. I know trending up, we've got 3 players. Jordan Tyson can be the guy to break this game open. If you look at the way that he has played in the past, again, he was Colorado's best weapon last season, and now he's at Arizona State. Let's see what he could do against a UCLA defense that in reality is one of the upper echelon defenses in the conference and in the nation. You take a look at what UCLA has done defensively this year. They are the second best in the Pac-12, only allowing opposing offenses about 294 yards per game when it comes to opponents passing the ball versus this UCLA defense. UCLA ranks 3rd, only giving up about 223 yards through the air. And then when it comes to the ground game, they have the best rush defense in the conference. Opposing running backs only rushing for about 70 yards. So it might be a long day for Cam Scatterbo because DeCarlos Brooks will be out again this week. And then UCLA, just in terms of everything, only giving up about 16.3 points per game to their opponents. So it is going to be a challenge. It is certainly going to be a tough task for ASU to actually upset this UCLA team. But if they're going to do it, not only is Jordan Tyson and Xavier Guillory going to have to make some noise, but QB1 himself is going to have to do so as well. Trenton Bourguet looks like will be the starter against UCLA on Saturday. Now, this is a big game for Trenton Bourguet simply because after this, you got Oregon. Oregon, I'm going to be honest with you, that's a game that nobody's going to count ASU in. Then you get to the Territorial Cup at the end of the season. And let's be real, Trenton Bourguet, he's auditioning, whether that be for next year at Arizona State or for other universities, right? He's got to put something great on tape. This year hasn't necessarily been great. Now, I know that Utah game, he only really had 6 attempts, and it was just a rocky game with the injury and all that stuff. So it doesn't look like he's going to be totally 100%, but it sounds like he will be the starter for Arizona State against UCLA. And they're going to need him to go have a big game, dude, because he's only had 1 passing touchdown the entire season. That is not good enough, dude. You are the starting quarterback at a D1 level. That is not good enough to only have 1 passing touchdown on the season. You got to be better. Glenn in the chat, who's backup in case Trenton goes down? It sounds like Jacob Conover is going to be that backup this week. Rashada is still a ways away from playing. I don't see him playing in reality the rest of the season. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Cam Scatterbo, baby.
Cam Scatterbo, I'm here for it. Put Cam Scatterbo at quarterback if things get sticky because he was the one throwing the best passes against Utah last week, in my personal opinion. So I don't got a problem with it. But yeah, Trenton Bourguet, Xavier Guillory, Jordan Tyson, one more time. Those are the guys that are trending up and need to go have a big game if Arizona State is going to get it done against Chip Kelly's UCLA team. Their offense is not great, okay? So when we've talked about trending up, obviously all 3 players on the offensive side of the ball, but it's going to be an important game for that ASU defense too, right? They don't want to just sit back and have everybody talk shit after they just let Utah drop 55 on their head just a few days after they extended their defensive coordinator. That's a bad look. That is a really, really bad look. So ASU is going to need to go out there and take advantage of whoever is starting at quarterback for UCLA. If it's Dante Moore, the 5-star freshman, Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham has some experience just simply because he recruited him at Oregon. He was there at Oregon. And then obviously when Kenny came to ASU, Dante decommitted from Oregon and then ultimately opted to go to UCLA. But he leads the conference in passing interceptions. He's turned it over 12 times through the air. That, like I said, leads the Pac-12. ASU's defense has lived on the field, okay? you got to be able to give your offense more opportunities the same way that they did against Washington, right? That's the key to success. That's how you win this game, is you got to take advantage of whoever's playing quarterback for UCLA. Like I said, it sounds like it is either going to be Dante Moore or the other option for UCLA, which I'm going to be honest, isn't necessarily much better, especially if you look at that last game that UCLA played. Sounds like the other option is Ethan Garbers, junior quarterback, 6'3". He's a bigger quarterback. He's thrown for 786 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this season. Hasn't been terrific. Nobody really has played quarterback well for the Bruins this season. That's kind of held them back from the top 15 of that AP top 25. So the defense can certainly take advantage of either one of these quarterbacks and put ASU in a primetime position to potentially come out with a dub. Glenn in chat, saving Rashada for the Oregon upset? Yeah, man. I have a tough time believing that Rashada is going to play or that Arizona State upsets Oregon. That's just going to be it's too personal for Bo Nix and Oregon to lose to Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State, given the way the season has actually been. Joshua in the chat, this is going to be a good game, I think. It's just an opportunity for redemption for the Sun Devil Dogs. I like the way you think, Joshua. I like the way you think. But I don't necessarily think Arizona State is going to get it done, guys. I don't. That's why my prediction is Arizona State is going to be falling to the UCLA Bruins 17-10. I want to say that ASU gets the dub. I want to. I just don't see it. This defense is one of the best in the conference. It's one of the best in the nation. And there's a reason that there are teams that struggle to play against UCLA. Now, I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge in terms of, they're on the road. That's not going to make a difference. They're playing in California. I know the weather's changing. There aren't UCLA fans, at least not when it comes to football. They never show up at the Rose Bowl. So it's not going to be an issue. But I just don't think Arizona State's offense has shown enough for me to pick them as the winner on Saturday. It certainly could go the other way, though. We've seen crazier things happen, right? We saw Arizona State nearly knock off a top 10 team in the Washington Huskies if it wasn't for a really difficult fourth quarter and then just zero competence on offense throughout the majority of that game. Glenn in the chat, 27-13 UCLA. Yeah, guys, drop your score predictions in the comments. Also, do Bobby Hurley a solid. He's begging. He's pleading for likes. It's what he does, right? It's what he does. We'd appreciate it if you guys hit that like button. We're going to continue talking Arizona State here in a second. We're going to be switching over to JJ's favorite part. We're going to be talking ASU basketball. But first, I want to tell you guys about Gila Resort Casinos. No one does it better than Gila River Resorts and Casinos, guys. They offer an authentic and immersive experience. Not to mention, they have quite literally one of the most fun environments that you can get. Wild Horse Pass, if you go, I believe we have an event this Sunday at Gila River Resort and Casino, the Wild Horse Pass Casino. Go check it out. It's going to be a blast. And if you're not there necessarily like for the gambling, go for the vibes. They got all sorts of TVs with all the games on. They got bars there. You can get yourself some drinks. Just go have a good time. And it is certainly going to be a blast. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, guys. Visit playathila.com for more details. And now while we're talking about betting, look, let's go ahead and talk about the BetMGM Sportsbook app. They are still running this great offer, which if you haven't signed up yet, I don't know what you're doing. It's super easy to take advantage of. Download the BetMGM Sportsbook app on iOS or Android, or visit BetMGM.com and sign up with that code PHNX. Sign up and deposit at least $10 into your newly created account. Place a wager in the amount of at least $10 at standard odds price, a qualifying bet. And once you place a qualifying bet, you guys can receive $200 in bonus bets regardless of the outcome of your wager. Now, you're probably sitting at home where you're driving, listening to this lovely podcast, and you're like, Anthony, you've had some atrocious bets this season, right? And you're not wrong. Hand up. I've been pretty shitty when it comes to my bets. But you know what I do like tonight? You know what I do like tonight as a part of my BetMGM parlay picks? Go ahead. Give me the Suns money line at minus 165 because it's juicy. It's sweet. KD, Bradley, Beal. It's the first game of the in-season tournament for the boys. I like it. I like it a lot. I also give me the Spurs plus 6.5 because Rudy Gobert, your better half, Victor Wembanyama, is coming to town, baby. And he's going to show you what tall men in the NBA actually do. And they're not overrated like Rudy Gobert is. So those are my two bets. Go check it out at the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Again, super easy. Sign up for BetMGM and use that bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app of at least $10, and you guys are going to receive $200 instantly in additional winnings, regardless of your wager's outcome. Go ahead and check out the show notes for full details. And now listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario.
Ontario. Shout out Chanda Paws, who is freezing his ass off in Boston. Also, check out the what's it called? The What Chaos show?
What Chaos? Yeah.
No, that go check out that podcast if you haven't seen it. That shit is it's a great Show. Even if you aren't a hockey guy, it's a good show. And Sean is definitely killing it with the production on that. JJ in the chat. 2 quick thoughts. No update on Adam Miller's waiver. Truly ridiculous, but good to see Cal's Jalen Tyson get his approved. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think the fact that we haven't heard about Adam Miller's waiver, while it is ridiculous, it, in my mind, is more of a good sign than a bad sign, right? I think if they were already going to, kind of swat it down and say he wasn't eligible this season, they would have already done it. And the fact that they approved Jalen Tyson makes me believe that there is more of a conversation happening than maybe we've previously thought over the last couple of weeks. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I certainly do see a scenario where he gets his waiver denied, but I mean, shit, we're looking for something to be optimistic about. Why don't we be optimistic about Adam Miller's waiver? That'd be nice, right? Also being optimistic about Arizona State taking on Texas Southern for a little bit of a revenge game on Saturday. It is the first of Arizona State's athletics doubleheader, with the football game obviously being a little bit later in the day, so you can watch some ASU basketball and then some ASU football. Like I said, they're going to be taking on Texas Southern. Texas Southern coming off a big fat loss, guys, 92-55 to New Mexico. They didn't have a great game. Jonathan Sis scored 11 points. He's a little bit of a smaller guard at 6'1", and then Jalen Weisinger, he had 10 points. That was their 2 leading scorers for Texas Southern in their giant loss to New Mexico. He's also 6 foot. Jalen is. So their guards are a lot smaller than Arizona State's entire team. In reality, when you look at the fact that Jamiya Neal is a little bit taller, Frankie Collins is probably one of the smaller guys on this roster, but even Jose Perez, he is certainly a little bit of a bigger guard when you're comparing Sis and Weisinger. But talking about ASU the same way we talked about the football game, right? There are 3 players that can certainly help ASU get the job done. Revenge, guys. That's what it is. It comes down to revenge. And what do they say? It's a dish best served cold. It's a good thing the weather's changing. And there's a couple guys. JJ's favorite on Trending Up. Let's go ahead and get into it. Zane Meeks, baby. The older brother to Bryson Long. Not actually, but they kind of look like they could be brothers. Zane Meeks absolutely needs to be going to Bobby Hurley's office and banging on the desk saying, Coach Hurley, put me in the fucking game. Why? Because I went 2 for 3 from behind the arc, and I only played 6 minutes, Coach. Imagine what I could do with a whole 20. Guys, if you didn't know, ASU only had 5 3-pointers the entire game. Zane Meeks played 6 minutes and had 2 of them. Let him play. Let Zane Meeks play. We are a Zane Meeks podcast from now on. Zane Meeks needs to play more, okay? I don't care if it's Texas Southern. I don't care if it's later in the season against TCU. I don't care if we're getting a Pac-12 play. Let the man shoot. JJ in the chat, we need Meeks jerseys for the PHNX crew. Dog, I would kill for a Zane Meeks jersey. Don't even get me started. I might have to go splurge and get myself a Meeks jersey. I might be here for it. But yeah, Zane Meeks can certainly help spark some life for an ASU team that just wasn't able to score, right? And when you shoot 5 of 21 from behind the arc, that defense is not going to respect shit when you pull up. But you put Zane Meeks back there, who is shooting, 66% from three? I know it's only game one, took a few attempts. Got to keep him honest. It opens up the entire court when you are able to actually have some sort of a three-point arsenal. And they didn't have it with their starters. They really didn't have it with anybody other than Zane Meeks. So put that man on the damn court, coach. I want to see him play. I want to see him play against Texas Southern. That brings me to the second member of Trending Up, his little brother. Again, not actually. Bryson Long. Bryson Long, he only played 2 minutes. He made his one shot, but it's the same thing as Zane Meeks. Bryson Long, more so, he's got the three-point shot in his arsenal. He's a three-point specialist. Hell, he wears the number fucking 3, dude. Like, let him play too, because everything we saw from the offense in game one scares me, right? It scares me, and I know we talked about it on the post-game show for a little therapy, talking about, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Well, this is how you potentially help it get better. You get two guys who can certainly shoot the rock. They're not scared to do it. Put them in, give them a shot. That's why you have such a deep team, right? Is to experiment with rotations like this. You're in non-conference play. You're against Texas Southern. They just lost by like 40, dude. Like, you can absolutely give those guys more minutes in the rotation than some of those starters who, quite frankly, didn't play very well in that first game. And I don't want to panic, okay? I don't want any of the fans to panic because of that game one loss. It's going to be okay, but you got to fix the offense. You got to fix the offense. And I think Bryson Long is certainly a Band-Aid to the offensive issues that Arizona State has. JJ in the chat. Bryson Long was literally 14th in the country in three-point percentage. He's a smaller guard, but come on. Yeah, no, we might see a lot of Bryson Long tomorrow simply because Texas Southern is a little bit of a smaller team. So I wouldn't be shocked if Bryson Long and Zane Meeks both got plentiful minutes in that game. So we'll see. But the last man, when it comes to trending up, none other than our guy, Jamiya Neal. Look, Jamiya went 2 of 8. Yeah, 5 points. Didn't have a great game. Flush it. Flush it. Move on. You're still the guy. You're still the guy on this team. Don't lose confidence. Don't lose faith. And I'm talking to Jamiya. I'm talking to everybody in the chat. Talking to everybody listening. Talking to Danielle pushing buttons. Like, don't panic on Jamiya Neal. It is one game. I know it was ugly. I know it was pretty. Mississippi State is a long, rangy, athletic SEC team. This is what they do. They make it really, really difficult for your team's best scorers to score the basketball. And ASU wasn't able to really facilitate any sort of offense on Wednesday. So that's why it was a little bit more of an ugly game. JJ in the chat, need real deal Neal. Yeah, you need the Jamiya Neal that showed up in the Pac-12 tournament. You need the Jamiya Neal that showed up in the NCAA tournament that looked like the second coming. Like, you need that guy to play. I know it's Texas Southern, and I know you could probably beat him. You could beat Texas Southern without him. I need to see a Jamiya Neal game. I need it. I need it. Look, Jamiya. I need it. Okay? I look at me, Jamiya. I need it, okay? I need you to be you, and I need you to go out there, get some buckets. That's what I need you to do, okay? I need you to have 12, 14 points, okay? I need you to be that guy. I need you to carry the offense early on. That's it. I don't need you to play the whole game and be a dog the entire game. I don't need that. I need you to be a dog for about 10 to 15 minutes. Go score 12 to 14 points. Hit some 6 shots. Do what you got to do. Help everybody else on the offense get comfortable. And once the first one falls, dude, it's going to be like rain. It's going to be like snow on a winter day. It's just going to keep coming, okay? Let it go. Just like Frozen, dude. Just like Frozen. Let it go, okay, dude? You got this, Jamiya. You got this. Jamiya Neal, Zane Meeks, Bryson Long. That's the trio of Sun Devils that, in my personal opinion, are trending up. Let's go ahead and put it back on the screen just one more time for everybody to see. These are the 3 guys. We got the twins is what I'm going to call them for the rest of the season, Long and Meeks, and then Jamiya Real Deal Neal. Those are the guys that are going to help ASU pull off the revenge. We're going to get into my prediction here in a second. I do want to get to some of the comments. JJ in the chat, the guy that averaged 9.6 points per game at the most critical time of the year against the best competition we faced. JJ, you are speaking my language, man. This is exactly who we need to see. We need to see that Jamiya Neal show up on Saturday. If we don't, then I'm going to be honest, my hand's nowhere near the panic button. If this is the panic button over here, wait, let's go here. My hand's way over here. So I'm still chilling. If Jamiya Neal has a bad game against Texas Southern and we lose to Texas Southern, I'm right here. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, then you lose to UMass. No, wow, then we're throwing the button. We're moving. We're throwing the button. It's over. Rooting the chat. Bobby Hurley cannot go into the Big 12 like this. Pac-12 is soft again this year, and Hurley is going to wet the bed time and time again. ASU is good in hockey and wrestling. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check out ASU Wrestling. ASU Wrestling, they've got a big matchup this weekend against number 2 Denver. So you're certainly going to want to tune in to that. We're definitely going to be giving them some love on all the post-game shows that we're going to be having tomorrow. We do have 2 post-game shows, one for the football game, one for the basketball game. Yours truly is going to be on all of them to be talking a little bit about ASU. Reading the chat, ASU loses to TCU. It's not happening, man. It's not happening. And I'm gonna. That's the perfect time for my prediction. ASU is not gonna lose to Texas Southern. ASU is gonna beat Texas Southern 68-54. Give me a double-digit victory fueled by a Zane Meeks 20-piece McNugget, baby. That's what I want. I want Zane Meeks to drop 20 on Texas Southern's head. That's what I want. I need Bryson Long to look like Grayson Allen from the other night and drop 27 points and look like a 3-point specialist. I need Jamiya Neal to be Des Cambridge and have LeBron James-esque evening against Texas Southern. That's what I need. Is that what it's going to take? No, it shouldn't take too much, honestly, to get this game done. But that's what I want to see. I want to see that. Okay? JJ in the chat, we must remember Mississippi State is literally Ken Palm 10 in defense, and that's without some of their top guys. Yeah, they didn't have their best player. Tolu Smith is literally going to be out till January. He's on a scooter. He messed up his foot pretty bad, so not great, but just like you said, it's still early in the season. They're pretty high in Ken Palm when it comes to defense. Arizona State has plenty of Ken Palm opportunities to really set themselves up for a potential tournament run at some point, or not tournament run, but to set themselves up before we even get into Pac-12 play to have a nice little resume. So we'll see what happens there.
I don't want to go to Dayton again.
I don't want to go to Dayton.
To beat Texas Southern, don't have to go to Dayton.
I don't want to go to Dayton ever again. Nobody should have to go to Dayton, to be honest with you. Dayton sucks. Have you ever been to Dayton?
I have cousins that live in Dayton, and I have no idea why. Why? There's so many cities in this country of ours, and they're all better than Dayton.
Don't go to Dayton. JJ and Chad, we want 70+. Absolutely. Look, I know I had 68. That's me saying the offense is, we'll see what happens. But they can certainly get 70. They dropped a ton of points against San Diego last year in non-conference, so we'll see what they can do. That's my prediction for the ASU basketball game. And now you're at home and you're wondering, how can I get tickets to see ASU's home opener in Tempe? Well, I can tell you, you can do it on the Game Time app, guys. Right now, tickets are $1. They're literally $1 to go watch Arizona State basketball. If you don't have anything else to do on Saturday, just go. Why not? Go watch college basketball. Maybe these guys put on a show for you, and they have the best ASU basketball game in history. Seriously, tickets are a single $1, dude. You could sit center court for $16. Seriously, go to the game and do it through the Game Time app. Guys, Game Time, the best place for last-minute ticket deals, and it's the fastest-growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. So when you do that, literally, if you're going to get ASU tickets, you're going to get the tickets for free. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem that code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. What's up, Jacob Jeffrey? Oh, yeah? Jacob Jeffrey's coming on, baby. Which side you want? Okay. I'll move over here. I'm never over here.
Give me that mic. You keep talking.
Okay.
I'll get you this mic.
Beautiful. Well, while Jacob's getting the mic, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Desert Financial Credit Union. They're the official retail banking partner of Arizona State University for more than 84 years. Desert Financial has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, dedicated to creating exceptional experiences by giving back to the community and providing financial solutions that make lives better. If you're an Arizona sports fan, there's no better place to do your banking than Desert Financial Credit Union. It's the only place you can show your team spirit every time you make a purchase with exclusive debit cards branded with your favorite teams. Bring the boom and get fired up with the Arizona State University Visa debit card. Now, you're on the ASU show. You might as well have an ASU debit card. Now is the time to show that ASU team spirit. Open a free checking account. Free checking account online and get $200 plus your choice of 3 Arizona State University Visa debit cards. Go to desertfinancial.com/ASU to get started.
Just want to make sure that she's got the right mic up. I don't know which mic I'm on, so it's either going to be 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I love it.
Yeah.
We got impromptu.
It's on one of these.
Impromptu Cardigan Jacob on the show.
Here, you take this one.
I'm going to take this one. Wow. Perfect. Just in time for Hot or Not, baby.
I got to be Totri's height here.
Ooh. Okay. I'll lean up. Oh,
Well,
you hear
yeah.
that? Oh, my
You got to do what
goodness.
you got to do, you know?
My goodness. Yeah, well, we just finished the ASU basketball conversation. Before we get to Hot or Not, do you have any thoughts on ASU basketball?
I don't want to watch another game just yet.
Oh, it's Texas Southern.
Yeah, they lost to Texas Southern last year.
Why are you living in the past, huh? Why are you living in the past, Jacob?
That's just, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a great question.
We're on to the future. We're on to bigger and better things, like a slow zoom out.
Very kind of you, Danielle.
That's what we're
It's
on.
going to help my back just a little bit.
Oh, yeah? It's crazy.
you-
What's the weather like up there, dude?
Same as it is down there.
Damn. Well, Danielle, it's time for Hot or Not. It is Friday. And like we've been doing for the last few weeks since I was abandoned by my co-hosts, Sean DePaz and Shane Diefenbach, you rat bastards. Who is hot this week?
Oh
in the
man,
office?
well I'm back from strep throat all week. So who's hot is the entire producing
Oh, yeah.
core.
Okay,
all the
okay.
producers who
I could use a nice nap.
who stepped in for me. Jacob, Damon, Eric, Leah stepped in, so all of them. I appreciate them a lot because I was not feeling great.
The whole production crew out here getting... That's crazy. I should give you
It
guys
was
a bottle
Damon 2
service.
back-to-back weeks, and then
Yeah.
now it's Damon technically kind of a third time.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
I was in here on Saturday for the post game show, and Leah told me to go home because I was
Sick.
not
Yeah,
I
none
was
of us
not
wanted to get
great.
sick.
Yeah,
No, it's okay. I
Yeah,
watched,
and you don't-
I had literally had strep throat, so if you would have given me strep, I guess you can't really give... How do you get strep?
It's. I'm pretty sure it's bacterial. Like, I'm pretty
it's
sure
bacteria.
like if somebody's like, if I were to spit in your face right now
Dude,
and I had strep,
then I'd get it.
you'd probably punch me and then get strep.
Yeah, no, I had it a few weeks ago. I don't want it again.
it's not fun. Do not recommend.
Mm-mm.
About as sick as I've ever been. I had to cancel my trip to Cooperstown.
Well, you're not. You don't do too hot with antibiotics, right?
No, yeah, and I'm super allergic to pretty much every antibiotic. So yeah, I just
So unlike you, she couldn't take anything.
I had to
for
wait it out.
That sucks.
Yeah, I just had to wait it out. It was terrible.
Well, we're glad
anyways,
you're feeling better.
hot or not strep throat. No. Hot or not? I'm excited. This is my first time on Hot or Not in a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back. Welcome
Hot
back.
or not? NBA in-season tournament courts.
Ooh,
They're
Courts? Just the
wild.
courts?
So
Yeah,
hot.
Some of them,
Shit.
some of them
Except
are real
for
bad.
some of
Some of
them.
them are real
Yeah.
good. Are as a whole hot or not?
You can't split though. I have to just make the decision.
I'm saying hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I had to go one way or another, I'd say hot because I very much appreciate when leagues try to advance. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
when they try and do creative things. Like I'm a huge baseball guy, and Major League Baseball does nothing to try and advance itself ever. So I'm always a big fan when leagues are like, yeah, we're going to try something completely different. And this is something completely different. I will say I like just about every single court. A lot of the ones that are full red, I do not like.
I agree with that. The
But
Indiana-
just about everything. Like the red ones, I'm like, oh, that hurts my eyes.
Oh, I don't like
Indiana
the
is
76ers one.
awful.
You don't like the Indiana one?
No, it's not their colors. It's
no,
the wrong.
but I like it because it's Charger colors.
Okay.
But they're Indianapolis.
But they're
Totri.
they're the Pacers. They're not the Chargers. Is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, no, I hate the 76ers one the most. This is just disgusting.
Yeah, in Cleveland's it looks like a normal basketball court.
The land.
The
the
Suns
Suns?
one that they're
It's
going to debut
fire.
tonight. It's
Suns
actually
one's perfect. Give me
Pretty
all
heat.
of the purple and teal.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh
dope.
my gosh. Who else has
But
a
I
red?
would say, let's say hot, other than the red courts for me.
Okay, I'm saying hot, just all the way around. There are, I mean, obviously a couple that just suck.
They
but-
give real like Euro basketball vibes.
Yeah. Did you see the Twitter video that had like it was an overseas basketball game and like the crowd was.
There's
just,
like flares in the crowd. Yeah.
And they're like, no wonder like Jokic and Luka have no problem in the NBA. Like this is what.
Luka has a problem, and
Yeah.
it's the refs.
Well, yeah. You see, he tackled a ref the other day.
Doesn't
He was
surprise
falling
me.
and then tackling. Yeah, that's crazy.
He does
Yeah,
not-
the
he
summer
does
league
not
court's
like refs.
hot as shit.
He's a
in
great
my
guy.
personal opinion.
Love that Luka Doncic.
Or not the summer league, the in-season tournament.
I feel dirty even joking about that.
It
About
feels
Luka.
kind of summer
I
league-ish.
hate. There,
It does
there are
feel summer
very
league.
there are very few athletes
Yeah, I'll say hot.
in
I'll say
history that I've-
95% hot.
Okay, that's
that I've
fair.
ever hated more than
That's
Luka Doncic. I just had to get that out there. But yes, I agree. I think they're pretty cool.
What's
Especially the
topic
Suns.
number
Topic
two?
number 2. Saul and EJ almost came to blows earlier today. It was wild.
Punch each other.
It was
I'm not
over. It was
promising
over
anything.
some real weird stuff.
Wait. Never mind. I was gonna
Yeah.
say something, and
It was over whether or not Cheesecake Factory is an acceptable first date.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is.
So hot or not, first date at a Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, it is. It's hot as shit.
Have you seen those menus?
Dude, yes, I love Cheesecake Factory. I love Cheesecake Factory.
Look.
Don't look me.
I'm not generalizing here. I feel like most women say that they don't know where they want to go to eat.
Correct.
That is like a thing. That's like a girl thing,
Yeah.
right? Take them to the Cheesecake Factory, and there's a menu that features every type of cuisine.
Say it louder. Say it fucking louder for everybody.
And it's about 90 pages long.
Yep. And
Tell
they got
me-
fucking cheesecake.
Tell me you can't find something you don't want to eat there.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't. It's absolutely acceptable. And that viral video of the girl that like lost her mind because the dude took her to the Cheesecake Factory. Dude, get out of
It's
my
a
car.
red flag.
Get out of my car. If you don't want to go, seriously, if I'm picking the date location, because you don't want to, and I say, hey, let's do this and this and this, and your response to me saying, hey, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory is, no, let me pull out my phone and record this because I think it's a shit place for a first date. Get out of my car. Get out of my car. That's where I'm at. Cheesecake Factory is hot. And if you're not planning the date, you don't get to complain about it. You don't get to complain about, oh, but what about this? Or what about this? Or what about this? Trust me. We'll set you up. Great first date. Okay. I've been on a first date to the Cheesecake Factory.
How'd it go?
It was great. I mean, the meal was great. The company was great. Like, it was fine. There was never any issues with it.
I went on an elite first date with my wife, actually.
Cheesecake Factory?
No, I went to Pomo, and then no free ads, but I went to Papa. It was a really great night. But yeah, Cheesecake Factory hot for sure.
Yeah, no, Cheesecake
Who was on what side this morning?
EJ was very much against Cheesecake Factory, and Saul
I
was.
mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
An NBA player. His Cheesecake Factory is probably like, I don't know, Ocean Prime 40.
That place is good. That place
Yeah,
is really good.
it's probably his
he
Cheesecake
actually did talk
Factory.
about that place.
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
very different
Now I'm hungry.
lifestyles. I would say. That
wife was her first job was at Cheesecake.
that was real interesting being in the studio for them.
I'm sure.
Just
Oh, that's it's probably the hottest they've been. in that.
red face yelling.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great. And then he came out and like asked me who I thought would win in a fight between him
Saul
and Saul,
EJ?
and I
I
regretted
would take
everything.
EJ for sure.
Really?
Well, Saul was standing like Saul pays
Saul was
my.
in the military.
Hey, he was in the, and he also pays.
Don't-
pays
don't-
my
EJ is
bill.
a professional athlete.
He's not. He's a former professional athlete.
Who's shredded. Have you seen this man?
No, I haven't seen it. No. Let me look.
EJ could still probably
He's
drop
still
10.
in great shape.
EJ,
He could
what
probably
about
drop
Johnson?
like 10 and
You're
3 in
probably
the
not gonna find
NBA.
anything that's like.
Nah, I just want to. How tall is he?
He's 6'7". He's my height.
And how old is he? He's 64.
And he was like
Nah,
standing.
Saul's working him, dude.
No
he was,
chance.
he was like standing.
No chance.
Saul's working him. For
He was
sure.
like
EJ,
standing-
if you see this, know that I have
Hey.
you.
EJ, I'm
Money's on
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry, dude. But no, you're getting worked for sure.
He was standing like right over me. I was sitting on the chairs and he was standing
EJ.
right over me and he was like, "Who you got?" And I was like, "I don't want to be here
I'm
anymore."
taking Saul. Saul was in the military. He's got it by what, like 20 years? I'm taking Saul. I'm taking GM Saul Bookman.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
Fighting.
No chance.
Speaking of fighting,
Yeah.
EJ still
Speaking-
works out like every day.
Okay, that's fine.
speaking of fighting, final topic, Coach
God.
Prime.
Oh my God.
Totri, do you have any opinions on this guy?
We're doing Coach Prime as the third topic.
Coach Prime has been on record saying he doesn't care if his team fights. All he cares about is all he
He's
asks about is who
self-imploding
wins.
before our eyes.
Yeah.
He like it started as one of those like, oh, this is cool, like there's a lot of eyes, and now it's like this is so not hot.
It's
Like
so
the dude
annoying.
insults his team every single week.
The
in a
offensive
different
line
way.
sucks.
Yeah, it just like it's been hard to watch because it feels like he's imploding in front of our eyes.
Yeah, no, and I've been here for it the entire time, to be honest with you. After he kicked off he kicked out the entire team that was there before. I know they were bad, but he kicked them all off. And then everybody in the world's just like, yeah, we love this guy. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, dude. And then now you're coming back to reality. Tough shit. Don't feel bad. So Coach Prime, not hot.
Okay, but the topic is, all he cares about is who wins. That's the only question he has. So, hot or not, allowing fights at practice at any level, doesn't have to be college.
Not hot.
Go ahead and explain. I'm working on that thought here.
So the NFL, this is interesting because my mind immediately goes to NFL training camp where they meet up, right? The teams, they do joint practices.
Stupidest thing in the world.
And there's fights. Fighting in football
It's pretty stupid.
is stupid. I'm not going to hit you when you have a helmet on your head and you're wearing pads. That does more harm to me than it does to you.
In theory, you're right.
Why would I hit you?
But it's not. We're not necessarily talking about fist fights.
I'm all for shit talk. But like, no, this sounds like blows.
We're not talking just fist fights though, right? We're talking pushing, shoving, tackling.
That's elementary school. Meh. No, we're talking hitting.
I'm not gonna hit a man with a helmet on.
Right. It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
Because if you watch those joint practice fights, they're swinging.
yeah, I never understood
They
that.
always have the helmets on.
I never understood the thought process of like, ooh, this guy has a helmet. Let me hit him with my bare fist.
No,
and that's gonna go.
Not hot.
I don't care, honestly. I don't care if they fight in practice.
No, it's hot or not.
Fighting in practice.
If it was ASU, let's just put on the hypothetical.
Hot or
hat
not,
here.
Jaden Rashada
who says
on Kenny
it's
Dillingham.
okay? Well, that's different.
If your quarterback is coming to blows
your
with your
quarterback who's
with your
No,
head
okay.
coach,
Hot or
maybe,
not,
maybe
Jordan
not.
Clark and Elijhah Badger go at it. Fight.
there's no injury.
We're not doing hypothetical.
We can't
Hot or
guarantee
not.
that. It's just a fight. We heard
Elijah
there's
Badger
a fight.
and
Who
Jordan
knows?
Clark swing on each other in practice.
Hot or not? Hot. I'm saying hot. I'm saying hot. I like it. Give me the energy.
I think
They
that's
want
stupid.
it. It's passion. It's passion. I know it's a dumb thing to do, but these guys they're in it, right? They're in the moment. It's passionate. That's what this team needs, honestly. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna say it's hot.
Not.
Hot. With the exception that nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt.
Hot
dog.
or not, Totri?
Hot. I'm saying hot.
Okay, so
Saying
somebody
hot,
gets
Jacob.
hurt.
No, no, not at all. You can't do that. It's fucked up, dude. That's real fucked up. Look, before we
Give
get
it
out
to
of here,
yourself.
want to tell you guys about our friends over at Illegal Pete's. The weather is changing. It is finally getting a little bit
So nice
cooler,
outside.
and you can actually sit outside at Illegal Pete's,
I've been
enjoy
using
some
my fire
margs.
pit.
Oh, you have a fire pit?
I do, but there's a fire pit at Illegal Pete's too. So
They got it all over at Illegal Pete's. Chips and queso, tacos, burritos, margs, all sorts of tasty cocktails. Go check them out. ASU Basketball, you're going to go to the game, and then afterwards, you're going to be celebrating, and you're going to do it over at Illegal Pete's Tempe location. They are your go-to spot this fall. Stop by for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day at all 12 locations. Illegal Pete's, the go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer for 28 years. And for the majority of the show, I was wearing these bad boys, right? I was doing my best Coach Prime impression, except I was doing it
this
better
is really
without
just the
fighting.
Totri impression at this point. You wear them 24/7.
It's the what? It's the Totri impression.
You
You're
wear
right.
them. I literally called Petey Totri last night when he put on
Did you
his
really?
sunglasses.
Wow. Look at what I've started. And it's all thanks to Shady Rays, guys. You too can get on the Totri train and shop the entire Shady Rays collection at their brand new location, the Kierland Commons, a full stop shop for all things Shady Rays. If you don't love your Shady Rays, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There is no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back, and exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use that code PHNX for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The Shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. JJ in the chat. Totri feeling justified on Prime. LOL. Yeah, absolutely.
You like my cardigan?
I do like your
I wore
cardigan.
it today because everybody was making fun of me.
I wasn't making fun of you, though.
People were, though.
But I stood with you. I'm a cardigan stan. I'll
Dude,
wear a cardigan.
feel how soft this is.
No, dude, it's like you're wearing a blanket. It's like a snuggie.
The cardigan is hot. Very much
Cardigan's hot. Cardigan's hot as hell. And anybody that says otherwise is just they don't get it. They've
They don't
never
get
had
fashion,
it comfortable.
bro.
No, well, I don't know if it's fashionable, but it's comfy. I like it. I fuck
Go
with
to a Paris fashion show. You'll find cardigans.
it. I don't want to do that. That's not really my
You
thing.
don't want to go to a fashion show in Paris?
I want to go to Paris. You can take me to Paris?
Let's
Totri and
go.
Jacob take Paris.
Can you imagine?
I'll go
Yeah.
to Paris.
Let's go to Paris.
It's PHNX Sun Devils.
Why are we going to Paris? How do we pitch that?
You ever been to Paris?
Yes.
It's great. It's amazing.
I
You
have.
don't
That's
need
how
a
we
reason.
pitch it to
yeah,
Saul?
Yeah.
Have
Saul,
you ever been to
Saul,
Paris?
you ever been
Saul?
to Paris? So if you did, you would let us go.
Dear God, this show fully off
I've
the
been to Paris.
rails. My goodness. Look, guys, that is going to do it for our Friday fun day. If you enjoyed the content, couple things, hit that like button for Bobby Hurley and give us a follow over on social at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me on social at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this man right here at Jacob_Franklin. No. Oh, Jacob_Franklin 4. And then Danielle, you can follow her at Abracadanielle.
Yup.
Let's go. I'm on fire with these things, guys. And tomorrow, 2 post-game shows. ASU Basketball against Texas Southern. Be there or be square. Then we're going to take a little bit of an intermission, maybe a little nap, and then we're going to watch some ASU football against UCLA, and we're going to have a post-game show for that as well. Could be a great day. Could be an ugly day. Regardless, though, we're going to be here giving you guys all of the content that you need. But before we get out of here and say see you later, 2 things. Go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.